Welcome. We are a mother-daughter podcast about all things surrogacy. Together, we have brought 8 beautiful babies into this world, and we would like to share through education and knowledge about surrogacy with those who want to educate themselves on the topic. This is Stop.Sit.Surrogate.
Have you ever thought about growing your family but aren't sure what your options are? Or maybe you're someone who wants to help others experience the joy of parenthood? That's where Northwest Surrogacy Center comes in. Northwest Surrogacy Center is a full-service surrogacy agency that guides intended parents and surrogates through every step of the journey, with compassion, transparency, and personalized care. From matching to legal support to emotional wellness, they make what can feel overwhelming feel deeply human and supported. Whether you're considering surrogacy to grow your family or you're ready to become a surrogate yourself, Northwest Surrogacy Center is there to walk beside you every step of the way. Visit northwestsurrogacycenter.com. That's nwsurrogacycenter.com to learn more and take the first step towards something truly life-changing. Northwest Surrogacy Center. Love makes families. Surrogacy makes babies.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Stop.Sit.Surrogate with Kennedy and Ellen. Today we have a lovely guest joining us. We're going to let her introduce herself. Take it away.
Okay. So, hi, I'm Kristen. I am a multiple time surrogate. I have worked at a surrogacy agency as well as the intake coordinator. Right now, we have started something new. I am going to be launching a program called the Surrogacy Doula. I have a background in postpartum doula work virtually. And right now, I am trained under Lori Bregman. I think she's known around California and LA as like the doula to the stars. And so I'm still like, I cannot even believe that I have the opportunity to train with her.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. And so that's a little bit about me.
Awesome. Well, our favorite question to ask everybody is, how did you find out about surrogacy?
Okay. So I've always kind of known about surrogacy. It was more so I I had to go through, I had to have my own kids first, right? To know that I loved being pregnant and I
Right.
loved birth. I saw a midwife and I had both of my boys in a birthing center, and the process was just so beautiful. Um, I just, I learned about surrogacy. I was very much done having my own children at the time.
Mhm.
It, it just, I think I had my kids so close together. It was very hard back then. But I still loved, being pregnant and giving birth and everything. And so I looked into some agencies, did some research, listened to some podcasts. That's actually how I found the agency that I went, with. Yeah. And it was one of those, I forget what it was called back then, some kind of mom podcast, but I think one of the intended parents was like with the agency. And so they had the owner come on and everything. So that was really cool.
Very
But
cool.
yeah, I found out about that and I just kind of like I wanted to do it. I had to convince my husband at first because I feel like every husband or every partner kind of comes into it and they're like, "Well, that's really dangerous. I don't want anything to happen to you."
Right.
And you have to kind of like hit them with the facts. You have to do your research and hit them with the science and actually it does come with some risks as far as like, IVF and all of that, but
Yeah.
as far as the pregnancy and the birth, it's really no different. At least for me, it wasn't. And so we just kind of went all in. We interviewed a few agencies, and ultimately, I think my heart was just like dead set on that one. And so I went with them, and I was matched like as soon as all of my like each step, was done. I think I was matched almost immediately. And so
Wow.
that was really cool.
That's
Yeah.
very cool and very quick. Love when
Yeah.
that happens, right?
Yeah.
How many years ago did you do your first one?
Oh, we
Remember?
started in 2020.
Oh God,
Okay.
pandemic.
And I think, yeah, yeah. And then I had the baby in 2021, like at the very, very end.
Okay, that is
Okay.
fast.
So
Okay.
you started literally in the pandemic, not like January, February, like you were in pandemic times.
Yep. Like wearing
Wow.
the mask everywhere. Yep.
I mean,
Amazing.
what better way to bypass COVID than be
Yeah.
pregnant, really?
Yeah.
Can't go anywhere. Can't do
That's
anything.
great.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
So can I ask, were you working with the agency when you did surrogacy, or did that come after you did surrogacy, after you did a journey?
Yeah, so that was after I had already kind of begun my second journey. And they came to me, they were looking to hire an intake coordinator, and I had no idea. I was just kind of a stay-at-home mom at that
Yeah.
point. I was like dabbling in real estate, but my heart wasn't really in it.
Aw.
Not for me. But I was doing a bit, like I said, postpartum doula work virtually. But no, they approached me and they were like, we think you would be really great at it. We'll teach you everything you need to know. And they did. And I ended up being really, really good at it. And I loved it so much. And one of the
Awesome.
things that I did, as an intake coordinator, you're getting on the phone with all of the surrogate applicants and, um, kind of educating them.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Favorite part. Like you don't know
Aw.
what you don't know. And
Yeah.
so I
Mm-hmm.
think going into it, letting them know what they need to know, like all of
Mhm.
the important things, that was really, really fun for me. I felt like it was very impactful. And then let's see, just kind of keeping up with them. So I did that for, gosh, I don't even know how many months. Somewhere between 3 and 6, I was intake
Okay.
coordinator.
Okay.
And then I was asked to do their gift box program.
Oh,
And
fun.
so that was a really fun one. I kind of I had kind of like creative freedom to kind of do that,
Nice.
what I wanted with that. And so I came up with these fun themes for each month, and I would, reach out to our surrogates and, hey, do you need anything? How is it going? Before I
Aw.
get this box together, here's the theme. But if you're needing something else, let me know, and we'll work on that.
I love that.
Yeah, it was so fun.
Aw.
I would be on there just shopping all the time. Like I
Right?
had a budget, of course,
My
but
Sure.
God. So
But like,
shopping.
what
fun.
a dream.
Yeah.
Amazon, if I could just like shop on Amazon, that's like a
And somebody
dream.
else's money?
Yeah.
Hell yes. Okay. Thank you. And then
Right.
give it to people who are so deserving.
Right.
Win-win.
Yeah.
Oh, and get paid check? Wait.
Right.
There you go.
Right.
And so I did all of that for, I want to say, a year and 2 months. And then my husband and I, we had these other things we wanted to do. Like we wanted to become foster parents. And
Aw.
then we were starting up another business that we've kind of put on the back burner. It's not even relevant, but yeah. And so um, the whole foster thing kind of fell through just
Aw.
because we couldn't find a training. We couldn't find a training that the hours that we had to be there. It was like from 6 to 9
Yeah.
at night. And
At
we have
night.
two small, we have two
Yeah.
small kids. We can't just like
Oh.
up and, and we couldn't find a sitter who would be willing to do
Aw.
that. And so
Can I
we were like,
pause right
okay,
there? I'm sorry. Can I pause right there? I didn't know that you had to go to training to be a foster parent.
Yes.
yeah, yeah,
Okay. That
there
makes
are
me feel a little
different
bit better about foster
And
parents.
background checks and yes, CPR.
yeah,
Yeah, you got to do stuff.
I didn't
Yeah.
even
all
know
kinds of
that.
like it's not only like a foster care training, but you also have to do like first aid, CPR,
I
like
understand.
very in-depth like background checks and all of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Taking care of other
it's
people.
really hard to get into, and I think that's why more people aren't doing it. Is
Correct.
it's
But
it's
but
difficult.
but to that point, Kristen, you don't want just anybody doing it. You
That's
want
true.
those who are
Yeah,
willing to do it for the long haul and whose hearts are in the right place. It's
right.
just like surrogacy. Their
Mhm.
And
hearts
like
need to be in the right place.
adoption.
So yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Big deal. I've always wanted to do it, but I couldn't get my husband on board. That's a whole nother
Oh,
podcast. It's fine.
So you had a journey and then you did the jobs and then did you do
A
another
second
journey?
journey during the job, yes or no?
yeah, during the job.
Yeah. Second
Okay.
day.
So how were your
Yeah.
pregnancies? How was your matching? How was the whole thing?
Everything was really good. Matching was great. I feel like I'm probably one of the easiest. I'm kind of like if they want to have a business, all of the match
Sure.
preferences.
Yeah.
I'm just like kind of laid back with it. I really,
Did you
you
have
know,
any specific wants or desires you and your husband going in saying, listen, it's got to be, they have to be within 20 miles. It has to be same sex. Like any wants or wishes that were big, like top 2 or 3, or were you just easygoing?
Easygoing for the most part. We wanted someone kind, not someone who would, not talk to us,
Yeah.
not ask about their child. I just didn't
Right.
want it to feel too businesslike, I
Yeah.
guess.
Yep.
I wanted to feel that sense of, at the very least, I care about my kid and how my kid is coming up,
Yeah, for
Uh,
sure.
and I've heard that's not the case for everyone, and sometimes you don't know until you're in it.
I had 2 like that.
100%. A lot of the times you won't know till you're like 3, 4 months pregnant.
Yep.
And then you
Yep.
just got to be real careful. It's hard.
Yeah.
And I'm glad you found people, right, that were in the journey. They were like, yes, present.
Yes, very,
So,
Awesome.
very.
how
Were they
did
close
you?
by? Oh, sorry.
Sorry, go
Were they
ahead.
close by or far away?
Far away. I had one intended parent. I talked to the intended mothers. I wasn't really close at all to the intended
Yeah,
fathers.
that's
But
hard.
yeah, so the first journey, they live in Florida, and then the second journey was international.
Oh, it was.
Hmm.
Ooh,
Can
what's
I
the
ask what
biggest
country?
difference? What's the biggest difference between domestic and international? I think I know the answer, but maybe I don't.
I think just the time difference.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because they both reached out, you know, multiple times a week.
Oh,
And then my
Sweet.
first intended mother, I think we were talking every day.
oh, very
Aw.
Yeah,
sweet. That's so
yeah.
sweet. Was it
Amazing.
the first baby for your first couple? Had they had no children? This was the first go at it, or?
No, they already had two children. The pregnancies were just really dangerous for both
Aw.
mom and the babies.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
so they
interesting.
opted for surrogacy. And what was really cool too is while I was pregnant, they had adopted a little girl. And so
What?
really,
Wow.
they
It's got little
went,
chili bumps. Are you kidding?
yeah, yeah, it was so sweet.
Oh my God, they really must have wanted kids, like a big family.
And
That's
to
adorable.
celebrate that with them, that was really special
Oh,
for me too,
oh,
because I wanted to do, I've always wanted to be a foster parent.
yep.
Um, so I don't know. That was just really special.
That's so
Sweet,
sweet. So
sweet.
this was the 2020 couple, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and so when it came for transfer, was it one embryo?
Hmm.
Mhm.
And the first one stuck, so that was a nice experience for me.
Yeah, for sure.
Because I
Yep.
wanted to do it again.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
How'd the pregnancy go? Like, did you pass your diabetic screen? Did you pass all that stuff? Flying
Yeah,
colors?
it was all really great. It ended in a C-section.
Oh,
It was partial placenta previa. It didn't move, and so
okay, good.
we just went for that, and it was
Safe.
it was good. The whole thing was good. It's just the recovery was really difficult.
Yeah, it's
Mm.
major surgery. People don't understand that. They're cutting through layers and layers and layers of muscle and skin.
So horrible.
Major,
I
and you
don't
don't.
get
Send you
it.
home with Tylenol.
Oh my,
Right.
please,
It's so
please.
like I don't get it. My just like a little like a my husband had like oh my gosh, what's that called, Mom?
ACL,
AC, right, the ACL tear, right? He got
meniscus.
so much time off. He got so much time off and good drugs. I mean, good
It's
drugs.
not fair.
And then freaking, women get sliced open to like their core and it's like, okay,
Yeah.
so you're gonna go back in 6 weeks and like here's some time.
Wow.
Like, what the
Get
heck?
up, walk around, resume
Yep.
everything immediately.
Right.
And take care of all your children at home because that's easy to do with the
It
stomach
is
recovering.
so mind-blowing. I mean, it's just wild. So, yeah, so was that how old were your children at this point?
Oh my gosh, they were
They were little because they're.
yeah, my youngest, he had just turned one.
Oh
Well, he had been
gosh.
one for a while. Like
Yeah,
I
but
did
that's
not.
little. We're still
Yeah,
diapers. We're still learning
you're
how to walk.
you're still
Yeah.
bending and picking up baby like
Well, I didn't until like I did not feel good until a week
yeah.
later. I could
Oh,
not function. It was
oh, you
horrible.
poor
But we
thing.
did set up care. We had my mother-in-law who came immediately.
Oh,
So she helped out. My husband helped out as much as he could. He worked too, full time,
Okay.
yeah.
more than
Got
full
it.
time even. He was
Right.
doing overtime.
Wow.
And then my mom came to help as well. So we did have
Very
that support
sweet.
there.
That's
So
great.
that's really good.
Yes, you need
Still,
that
it's other people
support.
in your house and you're not back to your routine and you feel like crap. And it's a
Mhm.
lot. People don't
Yeah.
understand that fourth trimester of surrogacy. It's a big one.
A
I don't
fourth
care if you have,
trimester of anything.
oh yeah, if you have a C-section or if it's vaginal, I don't care. It's still
Yeah.
tough. You're trying to get
Mhm.
back to your life. Okay. So you recovered, yeah? I'm hoping. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Good for you.
And
Um,
how quickly after were you like, got to do it again?
Oh, after the C-section,
No.
I was like,
good
I'm
for you.
taking my time with this. Like,
Good
I
for
do
you.
not feel good. This was not ideal.
Yeah.
But then I think it was around the 6 month mark, the agency had reached out to me asking if I wanted to do it again. And if so, they had someone who they wanted me to meet. They think we'd be a really great match. And I was, of course,
Wow.
yes, I will meet them. Of course, I want to do it.
Wow.
Yeah. And so, of course, we still had to wait the year
Yeah.
Right.
before we could transfer, but we
Sure.
we were ready to go. It was a really great match, and
Good.
um, that IP really needed someone, I think, experienced and someone laid back who would like, I guess, really listen to her and, all of her concerns. And so, that was an experience too, like learning how to be a team player and taking someone else's, like feelings into account. But
Yeah.
then I was also in a position where I've done this before. And so the things that she and I had talked about, I was kind of like a source of comfort for her. Like, you've got
Oh,
this, I trust you. And so
oh,
that felt really great.
that's super cool.
Were both of your couples, or one, were they couples? Like, are they heterosexual couples? Are they single parents?
It just worked out that, yeah, they were
Yeah,
heterosexual.
I was just curious. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Did
Sure,
the
yeah.
second journey have children already, or is this the first experience for them?
No, that was their first
I
experience.
can understand where she's very worried. And that was international, right?
Yes, she
Okay.
was
Oh, even
very
more.
particular about following her clinic's guidelines, and then she had some of her own, like
Okay.
someone who
Okay.
was married, someone who has
Oh,
done it before, which
oh,
I
Okay.
guess the whole like married thing wasn't necessarily like anything weird. It just had to do with she wanted her surrogate to
Support.
have that extra support.
yeah. And
Sure.
stability, right?
Yeah,
You're not
I get
doing it
that.
solo all by yourself. Like
Yeah.
we count on those partners for a lot.
Mhm.
Yeah.
A lot.
Yeah.
So much.
Wow.
Wow. Okay, so when did you end up meeting them in person, your international
Yeah.
couple?
When I was pushing their baby out.
Really? Like,
Yeah,
so,
we had done plenty of
wow.
FaceTimes,
Okay.
plenty of phone calls,
Yeah.
lots of texting.
Okay.
But no, yeah, it was like they walked in, I'm about to, like, their kid is crowning. Yeah.
Okay,
Was
we'll
that
get to
just
that.
was it just timing on their part where they just couldn't get a flight or it just you went early? What happened?
We'll get to that.
Oh, sorry. What are we getting to? What am I missing?
Jumping. We're missing the whole pregnancy.
Oh, sorry. You
How
said it was good.
so okay, so was this also just a single transfer?
Yep, the
Okay.
first one took that time as well.
Wow,
Wow.
girl. Two
And
for two.
everything was good. Did you ever have I can never say it right, the subachronic hematoma, either
Oh,
pregnancy?
No,
God, so
That's
lucky.
amazing. That's rare.
That is.
I didn't even know.
Really?
Like, there's a backstory. We're expecting our own. We can edit this part out if you want
Okay,
to.
sure,
We're
yeah.
expecting a little girl now. And I did have one with her. I was like, what is that? Do I need to worry? Like,
Right.
what do I do? And they're
Right.
like, no, girl, it's mostly, in most cases, it's implantation.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm
Interesting.
like, yeah.
Okay, good. So no subachronic hematomas. That's good. And your pregnancy, are you good? Is your son still one or is he two at this point?
For the second journey,
Yeah.
right?
Or is he a little older?
um, I can't even tell you how old they were. They were probably a little, like maybe 2 years older. He was probably 4 at this point, and then my
Okay.
oldest, probably 5, I want to say.
Okay. Okay. So now they're kind of understanding what mommy does.
Yeah, the last baby though, they've always been very like really great about it. They've known, this is not our baby. Mommy's doing this for someone else, um, someone who, maybe couldn't do it on their own. But I
Yeah.
don't really go into details with them. I just tell them like the need to know stuff, and they've always been so great about it, which is all they've ever known, really, once you think about it. Because I
Right.
started when they were toddlers, and
Yeah.
my youngest was a baby still. But
Mhm.
um, this last journey, my oldest really wanted to keep the baby. He's like, "Mom, please, can we keep him?" And I'm like, "Oh, he's not
Aw.
keep." And so that was kind of like, that influenced, we wanted to at least try, for
Okay.
another sibling after, I retired.
Yeah.
Um, yeah.
So funny.
So,
Gosh.
glad that worked out. We weren't sure, if we would be able to, conceive. And so, just because of all of the IVF and the unknowns, like I
Right.
fully understand why you're not, why your family is supposed to be complete. Like I
Mm.
get that. And it,
Mhm.
I
it
get
was.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
I
just
mean, it's all
depends.
like
Yeah.
I get it, but it's also always a risk. Like you know what you're gambling at this point,
Mhm.
right? And I hate to say gambling, but like, like I had my son at 20. I was definitely not ready to have another child within this decade. Like
Mhm.
that was like not me. So, I was like, well, let's fill it with surrogacy. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And but now it sits in the back of my head like are the IVF meds gonna like mess me up when I try? Like, what's
Right.
gonna happen now? How am I gonna be? Is my body gonna be weird because now I
Exactly.
have to do it on my own?
Mhm.
Thoughts. Yep.
Yep.
Yeah,
So we were just kind of like, if it happens, that's great. That's wonderful. That'll be a blessing. If it
Oh,
doesn't, we knew that was, a possibility and we'll
yeah.
be fine regardless.
right.
Um, but yeah, anyway, we can move on.
You're good. You're good.
We'll be right back. But first, I want to take a quick moment to talk about something close to my heart: helping families grow through surrogacy. If you've ever thought about becoming a surrogate, or if you're an intended parent ready to start your journey, Paying It Forward Surrogacy is here to guide you every step of the way. At Paying It Forward Surrogacy, you're not just a number. You're supported, celebrated, and connected with real people who've walked this path before. Whether you're just starting to explore or ready to take the next step, they'll make sure you feel informed, empowered, and cared for from day one. Visit payingitforwardsurrogacy.com to learn more. That's payingitforwardsurrogacy.com, because every journey to parenthood deserves heart, honesty, and the right support. Now let's get back to the episode.
So your pregnancy, your second journey went smoothly.
Yep. And I had a VBAC.
I
So
was
that
gonna
was,
say, you said she was when the baby was crowning, I'm like, oh, this girl had a VBAC.
yeah. Yeah. There was a thing
More
though.
power to
Thank
you.
you. Thank you. There was a thing though. My intended parent was very, very nervous about
Of
that.
course.
What is it, like less than 1%
Yeah.
chance of like a rupture or whatever?
Rupture. Right.
Yeah.
What ruptures? I think I know, but just
U-
what would rupture? What's the 1%?
Uterus.
Right.
Uterus.
Okay. Just
Okay. For a
And
uterus rupture.
and
just throwing
you
that
could
out there
lose
for
mom and
people.
baby, right? Like,
Right.
I mean, the blood
Right.
loss could be significant, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, of
And she was super, super nervous about it.
course.
And I had a high risk doctor who was monitoring me. There was apparently like a divot in my scar. And so, if that were the case, we would move forward with another C-section. And
Okay.
then yeah, there would be no possibility, like in the future. I just would not want to do it again.
Okay.
So anyway, he kept monitoring that, my doctor. Turns out everything was great. But still my IP, she was just very nervous about it. And so
I would be too.
Yeah.
If I
yeah,
were your mother, I would be
Yeah.
nervous about it. I'm
yes,
sorry. Come on. Somebody's going to be that 1%. I'm not saying it
right.
should be you, but somebody is.
Happens all the time, right?
Yeah,
So
right. Right.
yeah, but then, my doctor, she looked at all of our scans and she was like, everything looks great. You're a prime candidate for a VBAC if you want to do that. And so
Wow.
in my mind, though, I was already kind of resigned to, moving forward with the C-section. So I kept telling everybody, I'm okay with it. I'm at peace with it. I feel prepared. I know what to expect, so I can set things up to,
Yeah.
have an easier recovery, what have you.
Yeah.
So then it was sometime in my third trimester when it hit me. I was like, I do not want to go through that again. Why would I?
No, correct.
Um, there was drama too, like not with me and my IP, but like other people. There
Yeah.
was some drama about all of this, even though I kept telling everyone, I'm fine with it. This is what I want to do.
Mhm.
But when it really hit me, I was like, okay, this is on me. This is my responsibility to talk to my intended parent.
Mhm.
And let her know, like, I'm very comfortable with this. I feel confident that this will go well. I'm like, I have to tell her how this will impact me if, I do another surgery.
Right.
And so I really did. I came at her very compassionately. I told her, my truth, and she took a little bit of time. I want to say she took about an hour before she responded, and then she was like,
Aw.
we'll support you. We'll do this.
Aw,
And so
that's
that was
really
really
sweet.
great.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very
Because ultimately, if it wasn't progressing and going the right way,
sweet.
you're right there. You're not doing it in a birthing center, right? You're
Right.
in the hospital and you immediately can go into a C-section and both lives can be saved. So you're setting yourself up for success either way you did it, either way.
Mhm.
But why
Yeah.
not try? Why
Right.
not try?
Yeah.
If doc gave you the thumbs up, like
Yeah.
especially a high risk doc,
I
if
had
they're giving
to.
you thumbs
Yeah.
up, yeah. Mhm. Good for
Mhm.
you.
Yeah.
So how long was that labor?
Oh, uh,
Random
so
question.
what do
What?
you call it? I know what it's called, prodromal labor, or do you pronounce it a different way, where it's kind of like your
So
body is in and out of
oh,
labor? Like it's not real labor,
uh-huh.
but you're
Oh.
still like during the day, um,
Mhm.
you'll have labor
Okay.
and they'll be consistent, but then you go to bed at night and
It's gone.
they're gone.
So
Okay.
it's different than Braxton Hicks.
Yes, yes. And
Okay.
so, y'all, I did that for a week.
No.
I was exhausted. I barely got any sleep. And
Wow.
so when the time did come, um, I labored all day and I kind of knew like this is the day it's gonna happen. My husband's gonna have to come home soon. He's gonna have to drive me over.
Yeah.
How quick was it? Mm, So that evening around 6 o'clock, we went to the hospital, checked in. I labored for a little bit. I believe I had the baby around 6 a.m., like
Okay.
6 in the morning. So about
Okay.
12 hours.
Okay.
Since you're doing this all week, this is labor's kind of starting and stalling and starting and stalling.
Mhm.
What are the IPs doing? Are they like, oh, we're getting over there. We've got to get on a plane. Or are they like literally waiting till you check into the hospital?
And what week are you at?
Yeah.
When I delivered, I believe I was right at 39 weeks.
Okay.
Oh, you're
On
you're
time.
good. And they weren't here yet. International, and they
Oh,
weren't here.
they were
Oh.
here. We
Oh,
just
they
hadn't
were.
met yet. Yeah,
Okay.
they said they were here for maybe two or 3 days, and then I went
Okay.
to labor, so that worked out.
Okay,
Okay,
good.
good.
They were tired. They were like setting up the Airbnb and stuff, and I'm like, "Hey, it's happening right now."
Yeah.
And we got there, and like almost immediately, I have the baby.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Okay.
You want, yeah, okay, let's go into that.
Okay.
So, okay, so your husband takes you to the hospital,
Yeah.
and do you call IPs on your way and you're like, "Hey guys, like meet us over there?"
Pretty much, yeah. We're like, "Hey,
Yeah.
we're checking in." Um, uh, I can't remember exactly how it went.
Sure.
I got checked. I think I told her my dilation.
Okay.
We labored a little bit longer. And she kept asking me, she was very excited. Should we come
No.
now? Should we come?
No.
I'm like, let's see, let's
Get
give it a
situated.
little bit longer.
Sure.
Okay.
And so it did go very quickly.
Right.
I decided to go for the epidural.
Heck yes.
Yeah, I mean, it was my first like attempt to, have a vaginal birth after a
Yeah.
C-section. And so I was like, yeah, go ahead, put it in. That way we can be ready if something does go wrong. And
Good for
so
Right.
you.
I
That's what I
felt
was
that was
thinking.
a very smart move on my end. Like I
Yes.
don't want to die. So yeah,
Mm-mm.
put it in my vat. Go ahead. And so we did that. And then they put me on the peanut ball. And at about that point, it did not take long. Like I remember um, I was still in the first pose they put me in, and then I felt like a gush,
Uh,
and then I felt the pressure,
oh, geez. Yeah.
yeah, like a poo,
Yep.
And yeah, I was like, I called the nurse and I said, "Hey, oh, and what's funny too is my doctor who was on call that night, she had just left to go home and
Oh.
eat and get some
Oh.
rest.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so she had to turn around on her way home and come catch
Oh,
the baby.
Aw. Well, how
Yeah,
cool that
that's
she
funny.
was your doc and she was on call in there. That's awesome.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
Yeah.
great.
No, that is great.
That's
Okay,
so
so then they just walk in like last second.
Um, like right. So the one of the nurses did have to hold my legs closed because she came in, she opened my legs off the peanut ball, she looked and she slammed them.
Oh my
And
gosh.
she said, I will get the doctor to turn around right now. And so I was like, okay.
Turn
And then I
around.
told Diego, my husband, I was like, tell the IPs to
Come.
because we're like any second now, he's coming in.
Oh my
I
God.
was really worried that he was just gonna slide right now because
Oh my gosh.
I mean, they're having to hold my legs because I was like, what are you gonna do to the nurse?
Yeah.
What are
Right.
you gonna do if this baby like
Comes.
comes out and the doctor's not here? She said, well, it wouldn't be the first time that I had to catch one, but
Right.
Yeah.
I'm
I prefer
hoping
not.
Yeah. Can I ask a question? And you might not even know, like you just, it might have all blurred together, but before you were put on the peanut ball, did you know how far you were dilated?
Probably, but I can't remember.
Okay. Because
Sure,
the
sure.
peanut ball
I
must have done
always
it.
use the peanut
Like,
ball. Like
woo.
that will you will have your baby like get on the peanut ball, your baby will be here within an hour. Like,
How
Wow.
funny.
Hey.
yeah, I
I can
believe
attest to that.
So they got to see the baby born. Yes.
they stayed. They didn't want to like, be down
They
there. So
stayed.
they stayed
But they
back
were in the
here.
room.
But
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
And the idea was the baby was going to go straight to them.
Okay.
But the nurse and I told them that I was like I'm not going to be the one to hold him. Like he needs to go to his parents. They
Right.
need to change his skin, all of that. But he comes out and they like throw him on my chest and they're like wiping him
Rubbing.
down,
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
making him cry. And I'm like, what is this? Because
Yeah.
I'm not like given birth like that in the hospital before. And so I really didn't expect
Right.
that. With my two at the birth center, I had the baby. They gently put him on my chest. They, drape him with towels, and we
Yeah.
just like lay there forever.
Yeah. It's
And
very different.
the
Yeah.
hospital, that's like, wow.
They just
That's
were going through
crazy.
muscle memory. They were just, this is how a normal birth,
Yep.
it's a normal
Yeah.
birth, boom, put the
No,
baby
that's
on the
no
tummy.
excuse. Excuse
I-
me. No.
Uh,
I'll make this really short. I had a complication when my son was born, so he wasn't thrown onto me. So he had to go away for 45
True.
minutes. And I was so adamant with every doctor and every nurse and every time I gave birth. And I was like, you will not throw that baby on me because I will not be doing this with a surrogate baby before I do this with my own baby. So
But
no.
what's
I don't get
interesting
there in
with
the
you though,
motions.
because I was there, you told them literally baby's crowning, and you're like, remember, baby's not coming
Oh
on
yeah,
top of me.
no, I was like,
Like,
not
not.
for me. You can
And
hold them
doctors-
up because all of them had the cord blood, so they would just hold them like,
Oh my
like
God.
Simba.
Yeah. And
I was like,
doctors like literally right down ready to catch you, like, remember. I'm like,
Mhm.
oh, she's got it. Okay.
not
Yeah.
for
I
me.
never would have thought to tell them that because I
didn't.
don't know. I just assumed like
Yeah.
those are the parents, not me.
Yeah.
Right.
Right. Well, and like sometimes, and like, yeah, that would be like because I've heard of other people too, where it's like the dad or the mom already kind of like has like their shirt off and like they're ready to go. And so as soon as baby's born, then here you go. Now it's like skin to skin. They're like at the chair next to you, but like, it goes like
Was
that.
intended mom upset that baby didn't
No,
go? Okay.
no.
Okay. Good.
I think they both were, they were very nervous
Yeah.
and they
Yeah,
were kind
shocked.
of just like, I looked over at my intended mother when they threw him on me. And I'm just like, do I touch him? Like, I don't even know what to do in this situation.
Yeah.
That's a
But I
lot.
look over at her and she's like crying. She's so like awestruck. Like she saw this son for the first time, It was like, and he was a son, but I mean like,
Yes.
Yeah.
Literally, figuratively,
Yeah.
all of it. Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
So
I just,
sweet.
that was the most amazing thing to see her
Oh,
looking like that. It was so special.
oh my
And
God.
then
That's
eventually, they took him and they had to do vitals and all
Yeah.
of that. So
Did
yeah,
they get to cut umbilical cord? Did dad get to cut?
they
Or
asked my husband to do it. And I had no idea. Like I mean, I was like there, but I had no idea that they had asked him to do that. I
That's
didn't
so
know that.
weird. These
that is
have
weird.
they not dealt with surrogates?
Surrogates, right? I,
Oh
I'm
no, the
telling you.
IPs. They wanted my husband to cut.
Oh.
Oh, I thought it was the hospital.
Too. I'm like, this hospital needs education.
Sorry.
Okay, got it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow, that was sweet. What was
Wow.
behind that?
I
Nothing?
honestly have I think a small part of them didn't want to go down there. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like
Oh,
they were
okay.
very like
Respect and
harmless
privacy.
people.
Mhm.
And so I think that was a part of it. And the fact that he is my husband, I think that was, he had supported me through the whole journey. So maybe they
100%.
wanted to like, that was their special way of thanking him, maybe.
Yeah, that's where my head went. I'm like,
Wow,
that's
that's
so
super
sweet. They
sweet.
kind of like were giving him like this little honor as well as
Yeah.
like, hey, you helped bring my son into this world. That's where my brain
That's
went.
so sweet. That's so
That's
special.
super sweet.
sweet. Oh my gosh. Okay, so are they in your room like doing skin to skin, or do they get to their own room like right away?
For a little while, they stayed in the room with
Okay.
me for as long as like I
Was there.
heard, I
Sure.
guess.
Yeah.
Like at my hospital, they kind of keep me in there for like an hour or so
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
to monitor things. And then once, that was up, we went to our own separate what do you call it? Postpartum recovery
Yeah.
Yeah.
wing, something like that. Yeah.
Okay.
It had me in the little wheelchair, like, and we're with the baby right beside me, and we're
Yeah.
all
All
getting
going up
in
the
the
hallway.
elevator.
So cute.
Oh my
Aw.
God.
Yeah.
How sweet. So
Yeah.
do your kids get to come and like meet baby before baby leaves, or like is there an introduction of any type?
We did kind of.
Okay.
So we had we had done something separately with the IPs, and she had her sister come, her mom came.
Oh.
We took her nephew. I was trying to remember. So her sister, had a son, and so we
Yeah.
took him and then my two boys to the aquarium here.
Aw.
And that was just really fun for all of them. They didn't bring the baby, obviously. I mean, it's an
It's an
aquarium. He's
infant.
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
born, right? So,
Right.
Right.
but then a few days before they left, we came and saw them again, and we all kind of had a walk together. And he was in his little, I think they make strollers now it's like a bassinet stroller.
Yeah.
He
Okay,
was
yeah.
in there, and it was all zipped up and stuff.
Oh,
Mosquitoes are very bad in Texas.
Okay.
He was, they were prepared.
how funny.
And so the boys did get to like see him through that.
Okay.
And yeah, it was special. I mean, it was a
Yeah.
walk.
Yeah.
But your
Aw.
sons, like they weren't, I'm gonna like, right. I'm just gonna like ask the question, right? Do you think your sons were negatively or positively or just like not even impacted by surrogacy?
That's a good question. I would either say positively impacted or maybe not at all at this point, just because
They're
they were
young.
Right. It
um
may come out later when they get a little older and go, you know
Mhm.
what? My mom helped somebody have some kid, like,
I'm hoping for,
Yeah.
that they see the good in it.
mhm.
Yeah,
How could you not? Yep.
absolutely. I'm sure they will. You said you had a 5-year-old, right? At the time for one,
Yeah.
yeah. They'll remember. I remember. I was 5.
Yeah.
Oh,
I was 5 when my mom did it the first time. I remember.
a lot better. I don't want them to look back and be like, why did we give those babies away? Why didn't we keep
Oh,
I think you've
oh
explained
gosh,
it enough
no.
that no.
They're because you know what? They're not in their lives making the connection every day. It's not like a sibling that's going to torment you or like play ball with you or, things like that. So it's like kind of like out of sight, out of mind in a way.
But
Like
we
it's
do
more
get
so.
pictures too. And so it's good for them to see those updates and see
Yeah.
them
Mhm.
weekly.
Yes,
Like, this is what
exactly.
we did this for. Look how happy, that baby is.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so after that, you kind of like decided to retire. Did you decide to retire? Like personally? Like it was like that's it?
For the most part, yeah. I
Okay.
mean, when it comes to surrogacy, I like to say never,
Of
Mm.
course. Of
right?
course.
Um, But I think now in my current situation,
Yeah.
um, it's not going to happen. I feel fulfilled personally. I feel like everything I've done is kind of complete. I've had my closure, and, everything is good for me, and I'm just ready to, help others. And I have all of these like experiences, and I have all of this knowledge that there's someone out there who wants to be a surrogate or an intended parent,
Mhm.
and they don't know the things that I know.
Yeah.
But if they had a doula, a
Mm.
surrogacy
There we
doula,
go.
they could be properly educated and better prepared. And maybe that's a different question. I don't
No,
know.
you know what? We're going right into it. I told
Segue.
you it all flows. It all flows,
Mhm.
girl. So now that you are retired, what inspired you to create the Surrogacy Doula program?
Yeah, okay. So that has a story with that as well.
Okay.
So when we decided we're going to have to put that to the side until the boys are older, um, I wanted to get back into it in a sense that I wanted to, work again.
Mhm.
Okay.
So I applied for a year, you guys. I applied to agency after agency
You're
for,
kidding.
yeah, intake coordinator roles.
Wow.
I
But you've
also had
already done. You have all
Yeah.
this experience in an agency. Why wouldn't somebody scoop you up?
um, I
Huh?
don't know. I think maybe they didn't believe me when I told them. I'm
Oh
like,
my God.
I said I'm very, very good at turning leads into applicants. Like I'm not even kidding. I started that job not knowing what the heck I was doing.
Yeah.
I just learned what they had taught me to do.
Mhm.
And then I kind of found my own way to get people to respond because they
Okay.
don't always.
No, true.
You send them an email and they're not going to reply to that. And so I
Right.
came up with my own like system and about 90, I told everyone this, about 90 to 95% of the time I would get a response. And
Wow.
that's all you need to like get in the door.
Yes.
Yep.
You know, you got to show them though, like you at least care about them and their experience. You
Mhm.
let them know I'm going to help you. We'll hop on a call. I'll tell you what you need to know.
Mhm.
Mhm.
And then that's up to you. Like
Yep.
it was my job. Like it's up to me whether I pressure someone or not. And
Right.
I did not do that.
Yeah.
Um,
Right. It's
you
not a
just
thing
wanted to
that,
inform.
Mhm.
yeah, it's, and I'm just going to put this PSA out there. If you ever talk to an intake coordinator and they are pressuring you, maybe go somewhere else. Maybe talk to somebody else because it should never be a pressure. It should be an educational conversation. That's all it is.
Right.
That's all it
For
is.
me, I want you to enjoy your
Yes.
conversation with me. And I
Yes.
want you to leave knowing that you knew something you didn't know before and
Mhm.
that you're confident in the next decision that you're going to make.
Right.
Yes. And that's
And
how
so,
everybody should be.
Yep.
right.
Really.
Yep. And so I was like, if you don't go with us,
Yeah.
that's
Totally fine.
okay.
Your
Yeah.
decision. Yeah.
Yep.
But it also was my job, to you know, uh, I want you to come over
Right.
here.
You need to get
Right.
people to sign up.
Right.
Sure. Got it. Got it.
Yeah. It's
It was a delicate balance, and
It
you did
is.
it well. You did it well.
Yes.
and I wanted to
Transparency is
get in.
key.
I loved it so much, but there was no
Oh.
like going back to my my
Yeah.
previous
Sure.
agency. That was not an option. And so when I say countless agencies I applied to, like for over a year, I did that.
Huh.
And then it just, and two, I suspect a little bit they didn't want to pay what
Mm.
what
Okay.
I needed. And it was
Oh, okay.
like this is the bare minimum for me to, for me and my family to like
Live.
live. It wasn't like, oh, I'm worth it, pay me
Right.
a lot of money. No.
Buckos.
It was
Yeah.
like standard,
Yeah.
like I knew what standard was in
Yeah. And
at
it's
the
not a lot. I want to throw it out there. It's not a lot.
what?
Standard's not a lot.
It's
So
not,
there's a
especially if it's
pushback.
like a part-time position, and most of these were. And
Yeah.
there were some really interesting agencies that, they offered like a commission.
Right.
Oh.
If this person passes medical clearance or, something like that, you get a commission. And so I was like, okay, well, that's great because I know that, I do a good job at this. And anyway, so that was a thing. I really just don't think they wanted to pay that much. And I think some of them just did not believe me.
Thinking about becoming a surrogate? It's a life-changing decision, and you deserve expert guidance every step of the way. That's where Serene Surrogacy Partners comes in. Serene Surrogacy Partners is a reputable, experienced surrogacy agency dedicated to supporting women like you, with thorough screening, legal protection, and comprehensive medical and emotional care. As a surrogate, you'll be matched with intended parents who align with your values, and you'll have a dedicated case manager throughout the journey. Compensation is fair and transparent, and your health and well-being always come first. If you've ever considered surrogacy, start by getting the facts. Visit serenesurrogacypartners.com to learn more or apply confidentially. That's serenesurrogacypartners.com.
And so,
Shame.
That is a shame.
and believe it or not, I actually do a lot better over the phone than I do like on Zoom. And so on the phone, like
Girl, you are killing it. Do not sell yourself short.
no, but I always say that. I'm always nervous, but I think it's like the ADD in me where like when I'm looking at someone, I can't really think about what I'm saying.
Okay.
Sure,
So
I
I'm
get
just
that.
like I'm looking at you guys and I'm enjoying like the conversation, but my mind is like, what did she just ask me?
Aw.
You're
But
okay.
anyway,
Yeah.
um so a year of struggling to get a job in the industry goes by, and I'm like, okay. I'm gonna have to do something myself. If I want to be in, like, if I want to work in the surrogacy industry, I got to do something myself.
Mhm.
And so I considered, what if I, open my own agency? I know how to do it. I know, you know, all of that.
Yeah.
Uh, I have money saved up. I can pay for, marketing, attorney, like everything. I'm
Good.
good. I can
Yeah.
bootstrap it and be
Okay.
good. But then I was like, ugh, it's a lot,
Yeah.
as
Yeah.
we both know at this point. It's a lot. And so I don't know. It took a little while. It took a while of thinking and brainstorming. And I was like, I've always had one foot in the door of, working as a doula. It's always been a passion of mine. And a lot of times as a postpartum doula, I would help people for free just because like
Aw.
I didn't have a ton of clients, It just was
Yeah.
like they come in here and there. And so
Yeah.
I was like, yeah.
Can I ask a question? I don't want to stop the train of thought, but you're saying postpartum doula.
Mhm.
So to me, postpartum
Yeah.
is after the birth, right?
Yes.
Can you
So I
explain?
trained for that first. Yeah.
Okay.
I did that training back in 2020. And so
Okay.
I just had like a little trickle of clients come in and I would help them out. But I
Okay.
never like fully, went into that. I never tried to make that a career.
Okay.
I probably should have, because then I would have all of this experience. But the training now that I'm almost finished with is for birth doula. So
Okay.
pregnancy coach and birth doula training.
Okay.
And so, yeah, that's a whole,
Right.
different ballgame. But it's like all of the different, you know, not necessarily like preconception. I don't really mess with that. That's a
Sure. That's
first thing,
different.
do your own research. But like when
Yeah.
it comes to surrogacy, once you're pregnant, um, all of that, like supporting you on your journey,
Okay.
like that's my jam. That's what I want to do. That's what I'm good at. That's why I'm training. So what inspired me is the fact that I had no choice but to like figure out my own way in. And
Yeah.
so I kind of found this white space. I have watched so many, and I believe you are one of them, but I've watched so many surrogates and IPs in the industry who I've, followed forever, ever since I started on Instagram. Like
Yeah.
they all like launched their own thing, whether it's like a referral agency or like
Yeah.
a full on or a full service agency. Like I've watched it and I was like, well, why not me? Why can't I
Right. Why not?
my
Why
white
not?
space and create something entirely new?
Yep.
Yeah.
And I had mentioned it to my trainer, my doula trainer, Lori, and she loved it. She was like, "That is amazing. Like, there's really no one out there doing that." She takes on surrogates and IPs too herself,
Okay.
but it's different. She's not like trying to. I don't know if specialize is the right word, but
Sure.
it's different. And plus, it's in person too, because like if they're in LA, that's where she works.
Right.
Um, for me, it's going to be more virtual services. I think under the right circumstances, I would love to make as many in-person births as I can. I think that
For
would be
sure.
like so special.
Yeah.
Yeah,
For the most
absolutely.
part, it will all be virtual support, which is
Okay.
better than none.
And how would you get the clients? How are you marketing? Are you going through agencies? What are you doing?
Both. So I
Okay.
will be doing my own marketing.
Okay.
My trainer, Lori, she will be sending referrals. She said she gets she gets so many referrals, like she sometimes has to,
Yeah.
like refer them to someone else. And
Great.
so a great problem to have. Like if you
Yes.
And great to
you
be the
have so many
recipient of
clients, you
that
can't
problem.
say no.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
Like, that's wonderful. And so, yeah, and then to work with agencies, that would be great too. And so I have come up with my package. I'm still kind of like fine tuning it. I am a perfectionist and I don't want to, launch something that I feel is not complete and like I'm not proud of. And so I don't want to go to an agency and be like, hey, here's my idea. I hope you want to work with me. No, I want to come to you and be like, here is exactly what I'm going to be doing.
Yep.
Mhm.
Here's why it will benefit you guys as well.
Mhm.
The idea is to work as a team. And so
Yes.
even though I'm a third party, what do you call it? An independent contractor, if you will.
Right. Yes.
We're still working as a team. So
Mhm.
as long as my surrogate and intended parent is my clients, we'll just call it that. As long as they're comfortable with me coming to you and saying, hey, this is how we'll just say surrogate. This is how surrogate is feeling. This is what's coming up for her. This is the support she needs. If it's not something that I can do, which I can probably make just about anything work. Everyone just works together as a team. Like
Yes.
you need to know how your surrogates are feeling, especially if they don't feel comfortable coming to you.
Correct.
Uh-huh.
There have been cases for me, where I have felt odd going, to
Yeah.
my agency. And so
It's weird, and it's not anything that the agency has necessarily done to make you feel weird. It's just like it's just that awkwardness of like, well, I'm not paying you. I'm getting a compensation out of this. You're being paid by the IPs. Are you more on their side? Like it's just like all of that sticks in your head as like a
it's
surrogate.
also like, if I bring this up to the agency, is this inappropriate? Because
And are
like
you the
Right.
problem?
thing that
Mhm.
Right.
they want to like, I don't know if it is it just, you know what I mean? Just like
Yeah.
inappropriate.
Right.
So
You don't ever want to rock the boat. So it's like let's just ask
So-
a third party because there's more comfortability there.
So as a doula to a surrogate and an IPs who are working together, right? Part of these doula services are you can mitigate. You can be the go-between. That's unusual for a doula. So that's a step above. Like,
Mhm.
right? Like
I think I don't know. I think it's a really good idea too,
oh,
though.
I do.
Yeah, I think it's fantastic. I wish I
Absolutely.
had that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me
No,
too.
because surrogates are
great.
going to be quiet. There's a lot, they're not going to say anything and hold on to whatever might be bothering them with all those hormones and all those thinking that and it could have just been an easy conversation with someone who isn't quite connected to the agency
Mhm.
who could say, oh, hold on a second.
Yeah.
Here we go. And
Mhm.
boom, that's done. Stress free. Here we
Yep.
go the next trimester and let's have a healthy outcome. Like that's all it could take. But sometimes the surrogate doesn't know that. So if she
They
has somebody in
don't.
her back pocket,
Yep.
right? Just somebody in her back pocket. Hell yeah. Mm-hmm.
A lot of
That's
times
awesome.
surrogates don't know that they even have a say or they have options. So they go with the
Correct.
agency they talk to. They do whatever they're told to do. Like they
Yes.
don't know that they have
Yeah.
all these options and that
Correct.
and so,
That's
that's kind
great.
of part of it too. A doula's job is to educate, not
Yeah.
just work, but to educate fully. And so
So what I know of doulas, right, is they're there supporting literally through the birth.
Mhm.
Through the birth. So would you be virtual at the birth if possible? Is that a thing?
Yeah. Every birth, the plan is to be virtual.
What?
My husband and I have talked about how we are going to make it work. And
Yeah.
it's honestly really exciting to me. But again, if I think if everything is things have to be aligned, things have
Yeah.
to work out in
Yeah.
order for me to be able to, leave my children,
Yeah.
fly to attend a birth.
Oh, sure.
Right.
But I'm not, I would love to do that too.
For
And
sure.
and I would love to do that. But yeah.
That's the goal down the line. Like
Right.
Yeah.
I say, and and it's probably not even going to happen. I think the only roadblock you may even see is recording, but I don't think you would record those sessions. Like, so boom, you're done. Like, yeah, right. A hospital won't let you record inside the room.
oh,
You know
I
what I'm
understand
saying,
where you're
Kennedy?
going.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's the only thing I would even think is a roadblock, but I wouldn't even think, why would you need to record a doula session with your surrogate? That's just in the
Yeah.
moment. Yeah.
Right.
So
Yep.
there you go.
Interesting.
So at that
That's
point, I
cool.
think it would just be, labor support.
Yeah.
Just sounding board, exactly like if you're in there in person, but you can't be hands-on, you can't physically lay hands on your
Well,
client.
it's one less person in the room too, which sometimes those rooms get crowded. So if she's got a screen where you're literally right here talking to her and it's just you and her going through, I don't know.
AirPods in or whatever.
Yeah.
Here
I
too,
think
if it's
benefit.
virtual, to switch back and forth, be with the surrogate while she's, if she needs something to be said to the IPs or they need an update, hang up, talk to them, call her right back,
Right.
Interesting.
person, you might have to run back and forth.
Yeah.
Right. This is just a phone call. No, I think this is great. I think the idea is
I
fantastic.
think
And
you're going to
honestly,
get a
like,
lot of traction on that. I do.
but everything these days is virtual. Like
Everything.
and this can easily be made virtual. So this is going to be awesome. Like truly. So are you just going to work strictly with surrogates?
No, IPs too.
No, I'm sorry. But like you're strictly just like surrogacy based. Like if I were to get pregnant tomorrow, I'm not calling Kristen.
You could. I will forever see you as a surrogate.
Oh,
well, thank you.
Like I will forever see myself, as
Yeah.
part of you guys' lives. Huge part.
Yeah. Well, we're all surrogates. Once a surrogate, always a surrogate.
Always a surrogate. Yep.
If we didn't have to retire, we wouldn't retire. Let's put it that way.
I would still be doing it.
We know.
Just saying, you brought it up. You gave the segue.
She would have been on like her 12th surrogate baby by now.
I probably would too. Yeah.
Yeah. Jesus. Well, if people want to like find you and your services and everything, where do they go? Social media, email, website?
Yeah. So the website is still up and coming because again, I'm a profession. What did I call it?
Perfectionist.
You're good. But I will put this out there when it is up. Kristen, you let me know and I will add it to the show notes of this.
Thank you.
Yes.
But you can also find me at Wellsurro Community. So it's WELLSURRO Community. That's on Instagram. You could also email me at Kristen@wellsurro.com.
Okay. Perfect. And then they can just if I'm I have another question. If I'm a surrogate and I'm already with an agency and maybe my contracts are signed, maybe my contracts aren't signed yet. I don't know. I haven't, that's not where I'm going with this. My question is, are agencies the only one reaching out to you, or can intended parents and surrogates reach out like at any time and be like, hey, I would like to acquire your services?
Yeah.
Both.
Okay.
Yeah. So the idea would be, I plan to reach out to agencies, pitch them the program, let them know this is what I'm doing. Here's how it could impact, your surrogates, your IPs, and the little babies, because I better outcomes with the surrogate, like you're going to have better outcomes with the baby.
Yeah.
And then
100%.
not just like physically, but like mentally with everyone as well, because we all need to know what's coming.
Yes.
We need to like pay attention to what may be coming up so that we can work through it.
Yeah.
And then, we need to have proper closure. Like it doesn't matter if you're going to do another journey with those people. It doesn't matter if you're going to go with someone else. That journey in specific, y'all know, we go through a lot emotionally. Like we're just kind of the center of these people's world.
Yes.
Now you're barely going to hear from them.
Correct.
Right.
At least in the beginning.
It's a loss.
You might get dates here and there, but
and it's easier to like think like, oh, I'm going to be fine with that until you actually go through it. Because I've talked to several surrogates and it's like, okay, that's great, you're fine with it, but can we just maybe my advice to you is just put something in your contract, anything that you're comfortable with for you to have closure. And then guess what? If you don't want to use it, don't use it. But like, you don't know how you're going to feel. You don't know.
Exactly. And so, reach out to agents. That's what I do. Like I run with something and I forget, like, okay, answer the question.
Oh, you're
so
fine.
I would be a partner with the agency.
Oh, no, you're good.
Like a resource.
Right.
If your clients want a doula, please reach out. I'm your girl. I take care of them from contract execution.
Okay.
Because typically, don't we already have medical clearance? Like I'm trying to.
Yeah, so it goes med clearance and then you do contracts and then you do medicine.
For me, it was like both at the same time. I remember I'm going to medical clearance and talking to my attorney about the contract.
Same time. Wow.
Yeah. And so I couldn't remember what goes first. But contract execution, it'll be month by month meetings, but I'm also going to be available at any time, like during office hours, text me as much as you want to. Let's talk about what you're going through.
Mhm.
Any questions you have.
Yeah.
I'm your girl. Call me if you need to. But yeah, but the meetings are going to be,
That's what I was
um,
gonna.
there will be, I have my little, so I was just like going over it today. So there will be pregnancy support. There's going to be a bit of nutrition support. So that's one of the certifications that I'm finishing up, perinatal nutrition.
Mhm.
And then there will be like a focus on education too. So surrogacy education. And so it's going to kind of align too with where you are in the pregnancy. But I also kind of want the IPs to feel more involved. So, it may be a fun thing that they could do. Like, I know it might be awkward for some people, but for others, it'll be really fun. Let's pretend you're pregnant. Like, let's pretend you're actually pregnant. If you want to, you know, um, kind of like eat similar to your surrogate,
Mm.
or um, it's there's a lot to it. I have so many fun ideas that I think would be really wonderful, where the intended parents, like I said, can be really involved and be bonding
Okay.
and and just feel a part of it. Because I know there are some IPs, I've heard plenty of stories where they get the baby and they feel,
A little
they feel like,
disconnected.
yeah,
Yeah.
disconnected. They don't
Right.
feel like this baby is necessarily theirs, and it takes a really long time and a lot of work for them to come around.
Mhm.
And I think if they were more involved during the pregnancy and they were doing, like mindfulness work, maybe they're journaling, maybe they're, um, I don't know, like my IPs, they made this Spotify playlist, with a bunch of songs on it that they wanted me to play for the baby when he was able to hear.
Okay.
And so I did that. And then as soon as he was born, we put that on,
Wow.
as they're holding him.
Yeah.
And then they played it, um, they played, I don't know when, but like all the time. And
Yeah.
so that was something he heard in the womb and then
Yes.
he heard with his parents. And so that was like a
Right.
comforting thing for him.
Familiar.
I think there are so many things that we could all work on
Yeah.
that similar to that prepare the baby, prepare the IPs, but like a big focus to, for the surrogates. But it's mostly not just like, pregnancy support, nutrition, all of that, but like you need to know what's coming, you need to know
Mhm.
what might come up. Um, let's talk about how we might go, like when things do come up, how are we going to work on that together?
Sure.
How are you, gonna work on that with yourself? And then, just like a sounding board, like a part of a doula's job too, is to listen, how are you feeling? What are you going through?
Mhm.
Here's some things. Oh, you're feeling nauseous, Kennedy? Well, here are some, recipes with ginger. Here are some teas.
Oh,
Ask
I
your
love
doctor.
that.
But eat small, frequent meal. Like here are some things that
Right.
you do.
That we can
And
try.
always, ask your doctor first. Like, yeah.
Are
Yeah.
the are the monthly meetings
Mhm.
with all intended parents and the surrogate, or each of them getting their own?
No. So some of them will include the IPs. If they want to come, absolutely. But some of them are going to be really personal. Like
Okay.
for me, I might not necessarily want to be on a phone call with my IPs and my doula is asking me, how are you eating? What is your nutrition like?
Yeah.
Right. Because
And
then
then
you're
she's
gonna
like,
daggers.
well, yeah,
Yeah.
I would feel so odd. I would be not comfortable at all.
Yeah,
So,
because you had mentioned monthly, so I was like, well, who's getting them?
yeah.
Okay, so it's
So
mainly
even though, I'm eating
Sure.
balanced meals for the most part, the other
Yeah.
day I did have a bacon cheeseburger with fries and
Right.
um, I gave into a craving and the IP's like,
Right.
you did that. But ideally, that's not really going to happen. But it's just it's the concept. Like they may not be comfortable with certain things.
Yep.
So I would do two separate,
Okay.
Okay.
sessions.
That's
Yeah.
perfect.
So I think like towards the end, there's gonna be some birth prep.
Yeah.
Obviously we've done this before, or you wouldn't be a surrogate. So you know
Right.
how it's gonna go for the most part. But
Mm-hmm.
we will create your birth plan. We're gonna talk about how do you envision it? How do you want it to go?
Mm-hmm.
And then with the IPs, a lot of times you have to explain to them like the surrogate, she gets to say how she labors and gives birth, and you don't really have, unfortunately, much of a say in that. hopefully, you have a surrogate who's very compassionate and who will listen.
Mhm.
But you just need to be prepared, and you can't come into it like thinking that you're gonna, kind of control the situation. And
Right.
so,
Exactly.
the best bet would be, be honest with your surrogate and your doula. Talk about what you want, but at the end of the day, figure out how you can support your surrogate and how she labors and gives birth, because odds are it's going to be beautiful for, everyone.
Everyone. Yeah,
If you're
exactly.
and then if it doesn't, go the way that you had planned, at least you knew, okay, it may not be perfect, I may not get my perfect birth, but I knew that this could happen. I knew that that could happen.
Mhm.
Um, I made a decision with all of that, educated decisions, and I feel comfortable even though, it didn't go as planned, but yeah, it's good stuff.
Yeah,
It is
it's
good
all just
stuff.
knowing. It's what we say, even when you're looking for an agency. You have to do your research, you have to know information, you have to know what
Yeah.
you want. Yeah, it's all the same. It's knowledge. Knowledge is power. It's
Knowledge
gonna
is
help
power.
everybody and everything. Yeah. Wow. Well,
I'm
good
very
luck.
excited for you, Kristen. This is so
Yeah.
Thank you.
exciting.
Thank you. I cannot wait to get started.
Oh, I feel that.
I would do it right now if I could.
I know, I get that. But no, it's good. Get your ducks in a row, feel confident in it, and then just, to the wind. Like, you got this. I'm no doubt in my mind. My
Yeah.
gosh. Well, thank you so much for
Yeah.
talking with us and for reaching out. And like, this is so cool. I'm very
Thank you all
excited.
for
So,
having me on. Yeah,
Hmm?
I said thank you guys for having me on and letting me
Of
talk about it.
course.
Like
Anytime.
maybe in a year or two we could come on again and see how it's
Yes.
going and like talk
6 months even, whenever
Yeah,
you
it's
want.
gonna be a year.
yeah.
No way, girl. Come earlier.
Yeah.
Talk about how, it actually is impacting people. I think
Yeah.
that would be
Yes. The positive. Yeah, exactly. So we're here. So you reach out whenever it's all good. Well, thank you so
Yeah.
much.
Thank you. It
well, I really
was
enjoyed
great.
it.
Good. See, it wasn't that scary, right?
No, you were
Mhm.
right. Once we kind of like got
Yeah.
into it, it felt a lot better. Well, y'all have a good night.
Hey,
Thank
you
you. You
too.
too. Have a great
Good luck with
weekend.
the pregnancy. Yay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Bye. Wow.
That's very interesting.
That's cool. I like
It
that. I
is.
wish I
Cool
had like a
concept.
surrogacy doula.
Gonna be busy. It's a
Yeah.
lot. It's a lot. I mean, you're
At least it's virtual though.
yeah, but still, you've got
No, I
intended
know.
parents and doula. Like you're almost like I almost felt like it was, which is great because a surrogate does need somebody to stand up for her and to voice her if she's not that comfortable voicing herself or making waves. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, well, and
And I
like
really think
we
this
all
will help.
we all go
Yeah.
through hormones and stuff, and
Oh
like
God.
sometimes somebody will say something and we'll take it maybe like a different way or something like
Uh-huh.
that, or
Every
even the
other day.
intended parents, like
Yes.
the surrogate could have said something and the intended parents could be like, wait, what? And so no,
So
I
huge
think it's all
for intended
beneficial.
parents. Yeah, they could have a buffer too. So yeah, and then to help with the labor and the delivery part of it, and to let everybody know what's
Yeah,
happening and all the expectations and what's going to happen. Win-win, I think, for
I think it's
everybody.
all
So more
good.
power to her. Go,
I
Kristen, go.
know. You go, girl. Okay, well, thank you so much, Kristen. So if anybody has any questions or stories they would like to share, please feel free to reach out to us on Instagram at stop.sit.surrogate, or you can email us at stop.sit.surrogate@gmail.com. And this has been another episode of Stop.Sit.Surrogate with Kennedy and Ellen.
Bye, everyone. Take care.
Bye.
Before we wrap up, we want to give a huge thank you to our sponsors: Northwest Surrogacy Center, New York Surrogacy Center, Paying It Forward Surrogacy, and Serene Surrogacy Partners. Their continued support helps us share real stories, educate our community, and connect families through the incredible journey of surrogacy. Thanks so much for tuning in to Stop.Sit.Surrogate, where every story matters and every journey is worth sharing. We'll see you next time.
If you enjoyed this podcast, be sure to give us a like and subscribe. Also, check out the link to our YouTube channel in the description. And be sure to also check out our children's book, My Mom Has Superpowers, sold on Amazon and Etsy.